Hey guys, this is RJ of RJ and Stewart Inspire. You can follow me on Instagram under that tag name. Also, the owner of Pro Entity, Mombot Elite, Mombot Shores, and Mombot University. And today I'm here to talk to you on the topic that I get questioned on a lot. A lot of people been asking me questions of the entrepreneurial nature. Uh, More specifically, how do I come up with the next big idea? So I figured I'd touch up on that today and post it up so then maybe we'll be able to help give you a couple of tips. So, an entrepreneur is by nature a problem solver. You're a solution finder. So think of it like this: you think of something that frustrates you. You think of a routine or a routine that a company goes through or you go through or a person goes through on a daily basis, and in within that routine and to get to the result, it takes a lot of frustration. So that might have came out a little weird, but I can give you a situation. Let's give you an example. You think once upon a time some guy probably got tired of tying his kid's shoes all the time or tying his shoes all the time. So he thought it through and he said, what can I do to make this easier for everybody? Well, probably just thinking about himself at the time. But he came up with the idea. That light bulb went off in the sky. Boom. Velcro. So simple. So simple. And he started applying it. And now the whole world uses Velcro. People use Velcro instead of tying their shoes all the time. Another example, somebody probably got flustered in the office all the time and couldn't figure out how to remember this or how to remember that. And I'm a secretary and I have a message from my boss and I don't know how to remind him to do this. So I'm going to come up with sticky notes or post-its. And that became a huge multi-million-dollar idea. The point is, you find a routine that people go through daily, whether it's in the office or in life, and what frustrates them about that routine, and you come up with the solution. It's not an easy process to do, so I came up with a couple of tips that might be able to help you to come up with that next huge idea. The first one, don't force your big idea. Don't ever try to force an idea. Most big ideas come out of relaxation. So go for a stroll, let it happen, you know what I mean? Just let it come to you naturally. If you sit there and you ponder on that big idea forever, it's not gonna, 9 times out of 10 it's not gonna work. And I know that's a contradiction to what I said about thinking about what frustrates you, but you can think about what frustrates you without being frustrated. So you think about what frustrates you or frustrates other people, and then relax yourself and let that idea come to you. Don't be private about your big idea. Talk about your big idea and gain an outsider's perspective to make it more real, because it might frustrate you, but somebody else might be frustrated about another aspect of that routine and might be able to feed into your idea. That could make your idea 10 times more valuable than what you initially thought that it would be. Don't be a entrepreneur. A entrepreneur is a person that just talks about the idea. Just talks and talks and talks, but never gets it off the ground. Never even makes the steps to do it. So you stop playing that business and focus on bringing the idea to market. Follow through. Follow through. And ask the right questions. Engage in some hypotheticals. What if this? What if that? Now, don't kill yourself by hypotheticals, because you can play the what if game forever. You can play the what if game forever. But, give yourself a couple of things to think about. And think about other areas of your market. Another source of ideas may be, how do I say it? Maybe other areas of your market. Who isn't being catered to? How many international travelers or disabled customers aren't being catered to? How can you help them out? You have a market, which I'll speak on in another video, but just to give you a quick touch on it, you have a broad market, or you have a niche, and you have a broad niche. For instance, fitness is a broad niche. All right. So you want to target that niche, which is, ironically called a targeted niche. So you go into fitness, which is your huge broad niche, and then you go into a targeted niche, which can be yoga, which is still kind of a broad niche because there's still a lot of different sub niches or targeted niches within yoga. And then you start to target your demographics. Am I looking for women? Am I looking for men? Am I looking for moms that don't have time to go to a gym every day? So I want to help them out. These are things that you think about. These are things that you focus on. You have to target that niche within your market. But that's for another video. But we'll touch on that later. And then you have to think about the logistics of your idea. Don't just think about what you want to do, but also how you are realistically gonna do it. Ideas are cheap, but execution is where it counts. So it's easy to talk about an idea, but how are you gonna put that idea into motion? How are you gonna fund it? I'm also going to be doing the video on funding your business. I'll be doing that probably in the next week or so. Touching up on federal grants and different business funding options that you have available to you, depending on where you are or what market that you're in. But hold that into consideration. Ideas are very cheap. You could draw it, you could plan it all you want, but your execution is where it counts. And I have one more tip for you, which is calculating your expenses. Make sure you know how much your idea will cost to bring to the market. Speak with people who know. Now, when all of those 7 tips that you have right there, think to yourself, is your idea still doable? If it is, I will go for it. You could send me a message, you could DM me, you could email me at rstewart@proentityllc.com, and any questions that you have, I'll be more than happy to help with. You could also follow me on Instagram at rjstewartinspire, and I'm also on Facebook too, with the same tag, rjstewartinspire, and I'd be more than happy to help at any time. You have any questions or any more videos that you would like to see brought up, or any more topics you'd like me to speak on, I'll do so. So you guys have a great day, and stay inspired, stay motivated, and empower each other.